He got his memory back, and now he is fully equipped with another melee champion in his pocket.
Our analyst here, Wolf, will pull off another streak, the correct POG vote, alongside everybody else voting for you, Cal, the 9 for 9, as he is now meditating.
He's just doing that Master Yi meditate. He's getting some health back before we go into the next game. Bird, in terms of the bans, right? Take away Ellim's Olaf, you take away Gumayusi's Aphelios.
So he wants to make sure that he, again, has a good lane up in the top side with the Gnar. We've seen him do it, so they do not want to have the Lucian into the mid lane. And they say, well, we're going to pick the Yone instead, so Closer going to get his chance.
Yeah, definitely want to get some damage very...
Was considering that, but it looks like they do want to kind of go down that same line of thought that we saw in game number 1, right? You have Yone that will be diving into the back line instead of the Jarvan, alongside Renekton as
well, because that's what Yone does. These are the things that Hybrid is going to have to play around, because if he gets eliminated first and fights again, then once again the Samira pick just simply does not work out. So
super hard carrying since then. I'm gonna have to stop this bedtime story, as we do have a nice little gank down into the bottom side. Keria very caught out here. The exhaust may be able to keep him alive, but a couple of autos will do the trick, as with the red buff, Blank actually gonna take that turret shot, and the flash is not gonna be good from Gumayusi. Has to cleanse as well. Was looking for that third hit onto Blank. Even from Ellim has to come down here. We need support, and it's not that strong lane up against the Samira, which we had before.
Yeah, Ellim is just a little bit slow to the party. He does hide his rotation here, so he's actually spending quite a bit of time here. If they go for a trade, they can maybe try to parlay that into the break, so I don't actually think this is terrible for him to stay here this long. Looks like he's just going to back with Closer's ultimate here. Like, this is not a, you know, a free defense by any means for KT Rolster. I actually think they need to respect the Yone here. They're simply going to have to give this up.
Oh, what? Oh, we have a trade down on the bottom side. By the way, Hybrid going to get the one-on-one end here in the team fight. This is what I wanted to see. Doran pressuring up on the top side. Need that Ellim has to get up here, and no sleep because it was used to zone away.
Happens, this might be it right here. Yeah, we are going to see that. So they do end up getting the Herald, and the eye is picked up here for Ellim. But look at the hard engage coming through from UCal and Blank, and UCal just destinies in super fast. Closer's never able to get the fight that he's looking for with his ultimate, and yeah, they get the Herald, but the trade in the bot lane is insanely valuable. We're going to watch that one now again as well. And, I mean, it's just pretty straightforward here. The ultimate gets popped from the S rank, and he flashes for the kill after the knockback.
So much pressure up to the top side. Kind of misses his ultimate and wallop there, though. A little bit unfortunate. And now he is just going to get burst down. Not really going to be able to trade this one back. So at the end of the day, he was drawing a ton of pressure. Didn't get any footing underneath them. Zeus is about to get jumped on here. We got 3-on-2 down in the bottom side, but the TP is coming in. And now Keria in a really awkward spot. Flashes just to see Hybrid and has to use his ultimate to get out of that. Alongside fight here is not a bad play. You want to try to fight here before Vayne gets on the board. They're just going to burst down Keria. That is a fantastic stopwatch timing, though. He immediately does go down, but this isn't looking half bad for T1. They're trying to get into that backline, but here comes Hybrid, able to hit that S rank and immediately turn this one around. Took T1 a little bit too long to take down the 80 carry from the side of KT. 4,000 damage comes out from the Samira. They were going ham trying to take her out.
And start the Drake in the first place. So look at where Doran is right now. They look for the engage on the Keria, and as soon as Closer comes in, Doran's the one who comes in to try to buffer for that. UCal has a perfectly timed Zonia's there, so he doesn't actually get caught by the ultimate. Doran zones out Closer. There's nothing he can do, and then Hybrid is able to just clean up during that trade in the middle of the fight. There's no peel. So right now, T1 is caught between a rock and a hard place in this game. They're going to try to maybe flank.
This is one way to try to do it, a big taunt into that backline, but a huge Gnar ultimate follow-up there from Doran. The damage is pretty good, but at the same time, Hybrid goes down, and now T1 desperately trying to get in there. Gumayusi able to get a pick off on the front line. Blank going very aggressive, not sure about that one. Zeus gets caught off. Up on the top side, and immediately, because the big engage goes on to Hybrid, who has no flash.
You know, for sure that's what they're screaming throughout that entire fight in calm. No flash on Hybrid. And watch it again. Closer's at the perfect spot. Ellim over here as well. Going to put off a ton of damage from the side. But Closer comes in. There's a taunt on the Zeus. Just no peel whatsoever. Hybrid is collapsed on by every member of T1. Everybody's shooting at him. And then that's the end of it. I mean, there's not much else to say about this. You see some heroics from UCal, who tries here to turn this around. There's a spear hit from Blank, and he's looking for his belt forward. But Blank definitely overextending a little bit there. Be very careful about how you engage if you want to play like this. You can see the teleport coming through. Your KT are trapped between a rock and a hard place. They're going to have to go down. Closer's coming in. He wants the ult.
Yeah. He's thinking about it. You could see. He was like, oh, I want to open up on 4 of these members. Look at the poke, actually, from UCal and Blank. Not bad.
And they really need to respect Closer's ultimate.
Oh, boy. See, even Zeus comes in. Doran kind of gets a flailing engage there. Closer, though, does move back. They're going to try to isolate Keria here, but immediate exhaust goes down onto Doran, and he just gets burst to smithereens. Closer with his own stopwatch. They're opening up so much room here for the Vayne to just chip away and kite down one by one each member of KT. As you can see, now everything has gone wild. Hybrid all alone here, gonna look for that ultimate, gets into the backline and opens up on 2 of them. Immediately turns this fight around in a big way. Closer going to put the pressure on a Blank, but Hybrid keeps the hopes alive here. T1 still going to win in the end, as they will go for this Cloud Drake.
What a play from Hybrid, though. He gave him a little bit of the runaround on red side jungle, and then came into the back and gets Keria, his solo level. Okay, this might be a bit overzealous, though.
Okay, well, they got the TF in the backside. This is interesting. Now KT are getting skirmishy. The Hextech Rocket Belt not going to work out there.
First, but, you know, when we see what actually happens, you know, see UCal to zoom out actually has the Destiny in. It's pretty amazing. Look at Doran's really aggressive engage here. Then they have the Solar Flare follow-up. But what happens next? I mean, they're just not able to burst down Keria. Doran's out in no man's land. He has no mobility anymore. Closer has a really nice stopwatch, and unfortunately for Leona, there's no way out. A Hybrid actually has his S rank. We're going to watch that part of the fight again. This is happening. Second replay. Hybrid comes over here. The poke damage is real on the Closer. And then you see UCal is coming in, zooming over. Actually, it doesn't even hit a gold card. It's the blue there. And his next gold card is just narrowly escaped by Kana. That would have been another kill, even over the wall if need be. And this is KT really needs to do a little bit more poke damage than they are right now. Very slow on this.
All right, Dominus pops here. Huge engage coming in from Closer, but immediate exhaust. That is a nice knock-up now from Keria. Trying to engage, and a massive sleep is coming in. This might be T1's moment with the Renekton in the backline. Immediately gets burst down, though, and the kiting is real from the side of KT. And finally, Hybrid finds his moment. The double kill comes in, and we've seen so many teams have trouble just trying to force a fight in that narrow corridor, and T1 fall down to it again. KT
very well likely
need to clear the minions. You can see Keria, he's desperately trying to get in the back, but we have another wave coming in, and now Ellim just disappears himself, and we don't, you can see he's trying to bring the minions out of position, but one little range minion gets in range. They're gonna target down the Nexus, and it looks like KT will just barely take the win. They take down the Nexus and upset T1 here 2-1 as they go wild in the team house.
KT Rolster with the upset win, 2-1 here in our first Telecom War for 2021. And the crazy narrative here, the crazy stories that we're seeing across this spring season early on our first round robin just continue. We've seen so many upsets, we've seen so many unexpected wins across the board, and this is a KT Rolster that just came off of a loss against Hanwha Life Esports earlier this week. There were issues in that series closing out games, but in this series, with the leads they had, they choked out T1, they played aggressively, they were not afraid. So unbelievable. And I think that's the unbelievable look that you have if you're T1 after it looked like it was a team fight win for sure. It looked like it was a done deal. It was a Baron fight, a team fight win, and a push to win the game. But they end up losing that fight, and it's their Nexus that falls in the end. Really infuriating moment if you're T1. Like that's a team fight that looks won 100 out of 100 times. Like, I think if you could, like, delete T1 players' memories and, like, replay this, like, 100 times, 100 out of 100, they follow up the engage the same way. I mean, it just looks so perfect. And the response was great. The poke on a Gumish is insane. You can see the KT Rolster players lose their minds as the Nexus falls, because this
Doran is so calm, by the way. Doran did not react at all. He's like, guys, just, you know, like, this is nothing. I've seen crazier moments. our hard-nosed veteran. But yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, you can see the difference on the gold graph.
And Samira Hybrid was able to pick up this POG after having a bit of a slump in the previous series.